Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Australian Under-22 National Championships. It's the women's final, and it's the battle of the West Coast and the East Coast as Canberra meet Western Australia in the final. My name is Max Tenstrom. I'm joined in the booth by Steph, Ma, and Steph, things are going to kick off with WA on offense.
It's a really exciting game. These teams have played each other twice before, once yesterday, once on day one. So they're very familiar with both of the defensive styles. And we've got one up in the air. Is it going to come down and be the first goal of the match?
It certainly is.
It is. But we do have a call made, so we're going to have to back that up a little bit. Nice play there made by Kira Webb.
Just a touch out the sideline, but you can already see WA not afraid of the long ball. It's really still conditions today. Not a breath of wind.
Not
cool
yet.
weather.
I think we're going to see some later on, but
at least in these early stages, perfect conditions for the long shot. As Emerson will bring this disc into play. She's one of the leaders on this team, one of the captains, last year's MVP in the women's division.
Really, that's a big deal.
Yeah, she's very solid. She's been quarterbacking the offense.
She's only gone up from there.
You'd certainly think so. And look at that shot. Big backhand across the field to the fat side into plenty of space. Schmidt thinks about the continuation to Jung, instead goes to Lim in the centre. And they'll slow things back down. And it will allow the WA defense to reset and re-establish itself. So the disc finds its way to McGrath and back to Emerson. To the far side. This will be a break opportunity for ACT. Certainly how they'd like to start things. But that backhand from Emerson a little behind McGrath.
Yeah, we had Rianne Pierce with that D. Very nice way to begin the game. WA's back on strike. We've got Kira Webb, puts it up in the air. It's looking close to the sideline, and it's gone out.
It's the second shot down that line that's faded out.
She's looking like she really loves those long shots. I think that's what Webb's going to play.
She's certainly got the juice behind her throws. As even Lim comes to this near side again, finding space to Maureen Schmidt. Big backhand fake. Centres back to Lim. The ACT women's team earned themselves a silver medal last year, losing in the final to New Zealand. So they've been claiming that they're the top reigning Australian Under-22 championships. New Zealand not attending this tournament.
It's a little bit far for them to come all the way over to the West Coast.
Certainly is. Maureen Schmidt, nice hold under pressure. Has Lim going deep, goes forehand over traffic.
Eaten up by Mariah Smith, one of the players that attended WUC for Chaos Ultimate this year. Hot contender for the upcoming 24s.
Mariah Smith.
Yeah, Mariah Smith.
Big throws and big stature.
Definitely.
Uses her height well there.
It's up again. We've got Nikki Ma with the disc.
It's your sister, Steph.
It's my own sister. WA's looking long, but they're just going to reset. Couldn't quite make the connection there to Gabby O'Connor.
Disc in midfield.
Been a few turns already, Max.
There has. Oh, my suspicion coming in was the nice calm conditions would allow for some cleaner offense, but early in the match, plenty of turns.
We often see teams slow to warm up in the beginning of the game and maybe feeling a little bit of the jitters. There's a lot on the line for this game. It's a gold medal on the line.
There is a gold medal on the line, and we're at the end of the tournament, and I'm sure fatigue is starting to play a factor. This ACT team having played 4 or 5 universe point matches already this tournament, going down to the wire. It takes a lot of physical and also emotional energy to play in those kinds of games.
Yeah, both of the matches when we've seen WA meet ACT in this division, they've both been universe point wins, which is winning by only 1 goal. WA took out the first win, and ACT's taken out the second win. So this is it's a really great matchup.
The whole women's division's been very, very even this tournament. There've been a number of close games. ACT went 3-0 on the first day, 3 wins, no losses. And then on day 2, they flipped the script and lost all 3. WA, on the other hand, getting some wins on both days, ending the top of the table with 4 wins as Emerson works hard to maintain possession on the near side.
Yeah, nice grab.
Puts it out in front of Lim. Almost has a second bid. second effort.
Kira Webb got right in there for the D. She's the younger sister of the coach of this team, Shani Webb. It is into the middle of the field, a little bit too far out in front, couldn't quite make the connection with McDonald. Up in the air.
And Maureen Schmidt gets down to it, but does she manage to dig it out before it hits the ground? Hey Rex, we're getting static throughout years.
There's a call on the field. I think the game advisors have been asked to come and give an opinion as to whether the disc was up or down.
We can see it here on the replay. Does look like on the slow motion, the bottom edge of the disc hits the turf before she holds on. And it certainly looks down on the replay. Of course, it's up to the players on the field, and they come to the same conclusion that we did looking at that replay.
West Australia is going to come out on strike. We've got O'Connor behind the disc. Up it goes, finds Smith. Over to the far side with O'Day. Hangs on. Centres back to the middle. It was close and a little bit of a contact there, but no harm done. O'Connor looking calm behind the disc. Looking to Webb.
Maureen Schmidt with that defensive effort. One of the young athletic.
Up in the air, looking for Smith. A bit of a misread. It just goes behind her. She's tall, but she's not that tall.
Can't teach tall, and Mariah Smith has it in spades. As I was saying, Maureen Schmidt and Claire Jung, two athletic phenoms bursting onto the Canberra scene in the last year, really.
Really?
And as you see, Maureen Schmidt taking those talents upstairs and comes down with that one with a nice one-handed grab over her head. Emerson on the far side. She'll go big crossfield swing. Into the arms of Kat French. And back to Lim in the centre. Two contrasting styles so far. WA seeming very willing to take the longer shot. ACT, generally speaking, prefer to maintain possession and work the disc up the field.
Well, having a little chat to the coach of ACT before the game, and she said that they were aware that West Australia takes a lot of those long shots, and they were looking to really shut that down. Great D by O'Day. And back again, gets it back. She's one of the more experienced players on this team, playing nationals a few times. It's up in the air, it's up in the air. Can McDonald get there?
Oh, and a huge layup by McDonald and a huge left-handed grab. The southpaw snag.
She can't believe it. She's ecstatic.
Puts the first one on the board, Western Australia.
She looks shocked. Look at her face. Loves it. And everybody is totally getting around her. Big cheers there.
And that's 1-0 for Western Australia. But that was a huge first point. You can see just how evenly matched both these teams are. A number of turns to get things started. Both teams with plenty of opportunities. But what a grab to finish things off. Sliding in, left-handed.
Leg in the air. And hangs on to it. Chalk it up for McDonald. All those fitness sessions are really paying off.
And that's an offensive hold for Western Australia, though I think in a point with that many turns, starting on offense begins to mean less and less. And if that pattern continues, this could quickly turn into a war of attrition.
Yeah, we know it's going to be, like I said before, we know it's going to be a tight game. Looking to really get there early. And it's a nice cool morning here in Perth. Bit of cloud cover today. It's a nice change from the sunny afternoons that we've had so far this weekend.
It is, and the breeze is starting to pick up. It's coming left to right on your screens. Nothing drastic, but the throwers will have to adjust and be aware. ACT not short on experienced throwers. I'm sure they'll be able to do just that as the disc finds its way into the hands of Rachel Joyce and now to Thea Osmond. Two teammates from the Australian under-20 women's team, Terra, recently playing in Canada, and Sam Joyce fires down the line to Chantel Jones. That's a beautiful offensive connection from ACT. It's a narrow window, a narrow channel that the shot comes down, but finds its target in the big Chantel Jones using her height well.
Sure was. Very nice play there by ACT. WA got the first goal, and ACT are right back there with the next goal of the game. Close call by Mariah Smith on defense there. Couldn't quite get in it.
Oh, and the dab celebration after that. Oh, we were going to save this for half-time, Steph, but I think we need a quick segment of Steph Yar or Steph Nah with Steph Ma. So what do we think of dab celebrations?
Dab celebrations, it's a Steph Nah for me.
We've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. No tick of approval from Steph Ma on the dab celebrations. I definitely agree. I'm not a fan. But ACT were a fan of that.
We've seen a
play.
few. We've seen a few great celebrations. A lot of kicking the disc actually after the goal, after catching the goal.
The kick spike. It's definitely in fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Just looking at it in Premier.
I'd be keen to see what else these teams pull out. I mean, they're finalists for a reason, not just because they're great frisbee players, but because they've got some great goal celebrations. So we can expect big things.
Yeah, we've got West Australia coming out with the, on offence, affectionately known as the Quackers, which is a very cute marsupial native to Rottnest Island. Up in the air, put out by O'Day, can't connect there. Yeah, the Quackers are a small kangaroo, native to Rottnest Island off the coast of WA, and I believe it's the only place where we can find quackers.
Wow. Sam Joyce fires down the line. She's looking for Kathy McGrath, but the throw falls just a little short. You see a number of the players that played the previous point for ACT staying on for this zone defensive look.
It's pretty much a new line for the WA players. Put up by Becca Downs and eaten up by ACT. No connection there.
Rachel Joyce reads it well. The two Joyce sisters will control this offense at the back as they find Rosie Happ on this far side. She's originally a West Australian native, but moved across the country for university.
Really?
Plays ultimate at the Australian National University as Sam Joyce finds a wide open teammate in the front of the end zone. That's Dana Warnock. And ACT 2-1, sorry, but with two quick ones.
I think that was a break for ACT.
It certainly was.
Wowee.
After a long, grueling first point with lots of turnovers, lots of back and forth, ACT now seem to have found their offensive stride.
The whole game's been like that so far. We're not too far into the game, but we have seen a lot of turns already.
Hasn't been the cleanest. We're starting to see flashes of ACT's ability to play calm, patient, good offense.
You're telling me there's going to be scrappy ultimate on day 3?
Certainly not, Steph. I wouldn't dream of it. Of course, tired legs and tired minds and tired bodies always lean towards scrappier play.
It's where the good players are separated from the excellent players.
Really does make that difference. It'll be Holly Halford-Smith with the pull for ACT. Another one of those ANU products. A lot of this team plays ultimate for the ANU Ultimate Club. They recently won silver at Australian University Games. Quest, as the team is affectionately known.
I think you're a big fan of ANU.
I certainly
right,
am. I should confess a conflict of interest. I am a player there myself, or was, I should say.
We've got a turn here.
And ACT will have to take this disc the full 70 yards. There'll be Emerson, Osmond, and French at the back. Thea Osmond setting up in the dump space. One of the youngest players on this team, and also probably the player in Australian Ultimate with the most Ultimate pedigree. The only player ever to play for her country and also have both of her parents play for this country.
No, in Ultimate as well?
In Ultimate, yes,
wow.
That's right. Helen and Leon, her parents.
What competition did they play in?
Dingoes and Firetails back in the day. Yeah, they're top class players, obviously slowing down now athletically, but still tearing it up in the local scene, and their daughter has followed in their footsteps, and you can see her experience and maturity on the disc beyond her years.
Wowee, she must have been playing since a very young age if her parents are big Ultimate players and big fans.
She certainly has. She played for the Australian Under-20s team earlier this year, And I think, I could be wrong, but she may be eligible for the next 2 campaigns as well.
Wow, she's a young player, but plenty of experience under the belt already then.
Yeah, and you can see she's got some pretty classy throws. Super chilled with the disc. She'll find Halford Smith. They're about 6 metres out. This is the nice-looking offense that we expected from ACT coming in. Osmond connects with French. Looks for Emerson, but the throw a little behind, and it's smacked away.
Kira Webb behind the disc. Looking flick side to O'Connor. O'Connor competed for in the mixed nationals in Ballarat. I think she is the only player on the West Australian women's team to have competed at
Was that with
mixed
Sublime?
nationals. It sure was with Sublime.
What a great team.
What a great club and a great team. Sublime Ultimate.
Sublime Ultimate. Get around it, ladies and gentlemen.
Find them on Facebook. We've got Meg McKenna with the disc, passing to Webb. Looking long, it's up in the air. Bit of a bubble.
Mariah Smith comes down with it.
We've got Nikki Ma with the disc over the top to McDonald. Will it come off? Another goal from McDonald. Slaps it down. 100% of the goals for WA taken by McDonald.
She's clearly one to watch. Plenty of pace, and in that situation just got open and stood in the back of the end zone and waited for the nice pass from Ma. The throw floated just for a second to make it exciting, but in the end, safe as houses, and WA even things up.
The WA women really getting around it, trying to bring a lot of energy to this next point. We had Coach Shani Webb and assistant coaches Loz Hoskins and Jen Woods really kind of pushing the energy and asking the players to have a bit of a shout and a bit of a, we're ready to go, let's do it. Going to shut down that defense, I think. We've got Caitlin O'Day coming out with the pull here, I believe.
So we are at 2 apiece. But ACT are up that break. Sam and Rachel Joyce at the back. Looks like WA will persist with this junk look. And the high release backhand to Kathy McGrath, a little wayward.
Gabby O'Connor puts it up in the air, looking for Pierce. A little bit too far. Too many wheat bix this morning, Gabby O'Connor.
A little too much spice on that meatball. Samara not hard. To Joyce. The zone clamps down. Nice hold. Back to Joyce in the center. A lot of pressure being built by this zone. Nice backhand over the top for Sam. Joyce gets her body in front. But can't regather after the bubble.
Becca Downs picking up the disc. Big player for Curtin University Ultimate. Connects with Francois. Over the top to Wearing. Bronte Wearing with the goal. WA is 3-2.
And that's their break back. And things return to serve. And ACT call a timeout. First timeout of the match. Just an opportunity to gather the thoughts, reflect on the opening of the game, and make some tweaks or adjustments as needed.
We saw Sue Francois help out with that goal there, looking really good.
Hang on, wait, we're going to roll the replay first.
So we'll just have a quick look at that replay from that last goal.
Sue Francois, the younger sister of Sam Francois, big name in WA Ultimate and Australian Ultimate. He's one of the blue bottles. Obviously taught Sue everything she knows.
Indeed, she's looking like one to watch for the future.
Absolutely, very fast player, very fast.
And earlier we managed to have a chance to chat, or you chatted with one of the WA coaches, Shani Webb, and we'll see what she had to say.
Right, good morning. So I'm here with Shani Webb, the coach of the WA women's team. I'd like to hear your thoughts on how you guys have been preparing for this game.
We're really excited. We've, warmed up, had a good night's sleep. We're ready to go.
You went out partying last night?
Not that I'm aware of, but as a head coach, I might not be told about that.
Right, and how do you think that you're going to combat the ACT defence?
We're pretty well matched because we both play the same kind of defence. We're going to throw it around, catch it, and hopefully get some catches in the end zone.
Yeah, great. Thanks very much.
And it's that simple, really. Throw it around, catch it, and hope they get some goals. WA in that first point and ACT in that first point of the game, bit scrappy. Both of them have started to find their groove a little bit, find their rhythm, get their offense flowing, and started to put some runs on the board. Both teams having had a break so far, so things remain on serve. WA definitely preferring the long ball option. Plenty of throwers.
Yeah, we've
not
seen,
afraid to pull the trigger.
especially Kira Webb. We've seen a lot of big passes over the top by Kira Webb. Couple of bigger throws from Gabby O'Connor as well.
They're sharing those duties around. ACT, on the other hand, preferring to work it up. Maybe not as many throwers that really like that long ball option. Plenty of competent throwers, but maybe more looking to break the mark, quick give-go movement, that kind of stuff to open up the space behind the zone defense that WA's been playing. ACT called that timeout as a chance to reset. Lorna Barr and Ariel Ivanovici, the two coaches. Ivanovici returning as a coach in this under-22 program, as is Lorna Barr. Lorna, the head coach and very experienced player in the ACT scene, having played for Australia and also played in the US with Chicago Nemesis.
Wow, that's a bit of a big deal.
Yeah, she played in the US National Championships.
I'm sure she's learned a lot of skills and can share them amongst the team.
Definitely brings some of that American knowledge to the game. Halford Smith on the far side, one of the speedsters.
She's having a pretty good tournament. Very fit player.
Fit, fast, not willing to get her, very willing to get her shirt dirty, I should say. Loves to lay out. Emerson.
I hope we see some of that this game.
It's early days, but it's a pretty reliable bet to say Halford Smith will get off her feet at some point. Rosie Happ over the top and through the hands of Daisy Wang.
Kira Webb to pick up, looking long. Is she going to put it up again? We've seen a few of those. Up in the air, too far, too far. Can McDonald hang on to it? Looks like yes. Another sliding catch by McDonald. Over the top to Nikki Ma, knocking on the door, up in the air. A little bit of a rush pass. WA can't get that one in.
Nikki Ma almost secures a second assist, but McDonald has been so safe with her catches.
McDonald's got grassy a few times this game already.
Very grassy. Emerson again. Gets a lot of disc in this team. Over the top of Wang.
Hits
Jones coming in but can't hold on.
Hits the ground. Webb to pick up. Up in the air, up in the air. Who's it going to come down with? Mariah Smith is in sight. Brings it down, Mariah Smith. The tallest player on the WA roster, I believe.
And uses that height to great effect. Drags that one down.
Great player.
And ACT called the timeout, but WA maintained that momentum and get another break on the board. They're up 4-2 early in this one. We're 25 minutes in. It's an 80-minute time cap, and it's a game to 15.
Every minute counts.
Does. There's plenty more ultimate to be played in this one. Already seen Mariah Smith really driving the WA team forwards, doing a lot of the heavy throwing work, big range on her throws, as well as a big target downfield.
She's experienced as one of the main receivers for Chaos Ultimate and really developed a lot of those already very good skills, developed them over the season this year, competing at Australian Nationals and then on at World Clubs in Ohio.
How did they go over in the States?
Had a lot of fun. I was lucky enough to be a part of that team, and a lot of fun. The two assistant coaches on the WA women's team were also playing that competition. A lot of fun, really great spirit, almost won Spirit, but were beaten out by New Zealand in the end. Not bitter at all about that.
Kiwis.
But Chaos Ultimate at World Clubs didn't get a lot of wins.
Rachel Joyce looking for even limb, but well out the sideline.
Great effort though. She was very aware of where her feet were.
Keeps the back toes in, but that disc sailed well beyond the sideline.
We've got Becca Downs bringing the disc up, looking to the handler, sending it across.
And Claire Young gets the block and immediately heads towards the end zone. ACT in no rush. Rachel Joyce marches to the disc. Has a look at what opens up in front of her. Lim. Back to Joyce. They look for a little give go. Double effort and goes to ground and holds on.
Very nice. Do you think that hit the deck?
My first thought was it was up. And I think the players on the field agree. Rachel Joyce. WA persisting with this junk defense. And Sue Francois sees the dump attempt coming off.
Up in the air, looking for Sue Francois. She's got a good grab there. Knocking on the door. Are we going to see another goal here? Goes across to O'Day. Looking across. Finds Pierce. Goal there by Rianne Pierce.
WA get another break. That's a couple in a row now as they take it out to 5-2. ACT, they look so good. Managed to work the disc so far up, but on the turn, WA, ruthless.
What a great time to be a West Australian.
Certainly is.
I feel like we're avoiding too much bias quite well.
No.
Max, a Canberra resident, and myself, a Perth resident. We've got even split.
Maybe it just balances the bias out.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest. I want ACT to win this game, and I'm sure you want WA to win.
I definitely do.
But
if it's balanced bias, then there's no bias.
That's right. It's just balance.
It's neutral.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, it's yin and yang, fire and ice. That's what we are in the commentary booth right now.
Fire and ice.
I'm not sure who's fire and who's ice, but
I'm definitely ice.
you're ice, ice, baby. Yeah, where's Vanilla Ice when you need him? But things will get back underway. Hopefully a bit more fire out there.
I definitely want to see some fire, especially from Kira Webb. We've seen a lot of fiery shots, big shots deep. But WA, of course, on defense at the moment.
Sam Joyce finds her sister Rachel, finds Emerson.
It's very useful having sisters playing on the same team, right? You've always got a throwing partner to practice with at home. Easy. And having that sort of familiarity with a player is so valuable. You know exactly where they're going to move to, where they're going to throw, what they're capable of.
That's right, and they've just played together so often and for so long. It's almost like having a sixth sense as to what's going to happen next, where they want to throw and what throws they do have. Emerson finds Wang on the far side. Gets the dump straight back. They're closing in on that red zone. They're about 18 yards from the back of the field. And they're right on that far sideline. Joyce and Emerson play a little give-go as they move the disc towards the centre. Puts a forehand across the field. Schmidt underneath it, as is Joyce. Joyce comes down stronger. Schmidt goes to the end zone. Oh, that one's out in front. Has to go to turf. Holds on nicely. And ACT get one back on the board. Reduce the deficit to 2, and it's 5-3.
There's been some great ultimate in this game already. We've seen some things that'll definitely be appearing in the highlights reel. Lots of big shots in the air, big grabs. Nice take here.
Yeah, that throw probably a little out in front, more out in front than she would have wanted, but good reaction from Maureen Schmidt. Goes to ground, holds on with the left hand.
It's really wonderful to have the opportunity to see these under-22 players in the hopes that some of them will come and join the under-24s national squad. It's a really great stepping stone to develop those skills and show who the champions are for the selectors. I know there's some big selectors walking around this weekend, looking to see who's the stars on the team, potentially selected for the under-24s squad.
There certainly are a number of players on this ACT team that scored invitations to those selection events as they look long, but Joyce and Lim underneath it and get the best read. Cross to Jones. To Halford Smith, holds on despite pressure. Back to Joyce. Lovely backhand into space, finds Osmond. Safe as houses underneath it, has Jones, and Halford Smith puts it out in front. Likes that option, Jones has got the height advantage. Left hand, second effort, 30 centimetres outside the end zone, crossfield. Kathy McGuire in a paddock.
That was easy peasy. Just the no stress, flick throw, loving it.
And ACT, you got to break back. You can see both teams more than capable of going on little momentum runs.
It closes the gap a little bit. We're 5-4.
It's an exciting one. As you said before, both times these teams have met have been Universe Point. First time ACT got up 11-10, and then the second time WA got up 10-9. So it's neck and neck. Not a whole lot in between these two teams.
I love watching a tight game. It's so much more entertaining than seeing one team totally dominate the other, you know? I like seeing a tough competition.
So do I, and that's what we've got here today. The beautiful Perth weather. It's reasonably cool, perfect frisbee conditions, a very light breeze, lovely grounds here at Ashfield Sports Reserve. It's just a pleasure being on this side of the country.
Some say Perth has the best fields in Australia. Some say.
Some say a lot of things. No, but genuinely, the fields are beautiful. I was chatting with Brendan Kanziri the other day about Uncle Greg.
Tell us about him.
He's the groundskeeper here at Ashfield Sports Reserve. He's out here each morning.
Really?
With a spirit level and a comb. He combs the turf. Maureen Schmidt has a big swing.
Finds Weary.
No ding.
Up the top, looking for Smith. Will she bring it down?
And Emerson gets the swat on that one. And we'll pick straight back up and go to Hap. Hap around to Joyce. Would love to see a player stream deep here. Joyce has got a bit of a cannon attached to her right arm. Instead centres to Emerson.
Up in the air.
She loves that big backhand. Claire Young underneath it. Slight misread perhaps, and Smith gets the best of it.
We've got O'Connor picking up the disc. And some beautiful pink socks. That's how you can spot her on the field. Pink socks, always a hat on as well. Very sun smart. Nikki Ma with the disc. Looking long, now looking behind. Goes backwards.
Oh, and the pink socks didn't save it there. Joyce with the disc. Goes across field, but I'm not sure if everyone was on the same page. Claire Young cleans up the scraps. Emerson, 4 metres outside the end zone. Lots of attention on the mark, and WA, they love this zone defence.
They
They're
do.
Sticking with it.
We've seen a lot of the zone defence from WA. Seems like one of their main plays for defence.
It's working. It's worked well. Joyce through the centre. Schmidt. Did she hop it in? Toes on the line, perhaps. But tell you who is in the end zone, and that's Kathy McGrath. She gets a second.
We've seen some very relaxed goals from ACT in the last couple of minutes.
They don't seem stressed, do they?
No, definitely not. Just chilling out, playing some disc, having a great time. No stress. 2 breaks to ACT.
We're back to 5 apiece. Now it looks like we've got another timeout call from the WA team this time. Fair enough. ACT just stringing a couple of breaks together.
giving all the players a little chance to have a sip of water. Very important to stay hydrated. It's a cool morning here in Perth, but there's still the chance to get burned. Definitely.
There is indeed.
It's 20 degrees at the moment.
You had a chat with the ACT coach earlier. We'll see what they had to say.
Hi, good morning. I'm here with the coach of the ACT team, Ariel. Could you tell us a little bit about how you've been preparing for this game?
So this game, we've played WA twice this tournament, and we've lost to them and we've won against them both times on Universe, so we know that this game could absolutely go either way. It's anyone's game. So we know that really staying in it mentally is what's going to win it for us. So really, we've emphasised working really hard on defence, putting a lot of pressure, particularly on the deep shots. We know that they're going to look to put it a lot more. Really working on pressure, really working hard. That's why we started with Mini. Getting people's heads really in the game, really working hard on defence and smart options with throws.
Ariel Ivanovici, certainly in these games with lots of turnovers, it's field position after the turn that's often most important, and that's generated by effort on defence.
Thanks to those coaches for having a pre-game chat to me and a little mini interview.
It's very nice, very generous of them to give up their time. But I mean, look, who wouldn't want to have a chat with you, Steph? Just got that magnetic personality. So we're back at 5 apiece.
Very tight game, very tight game. You can see West Australia coming out strong. The Quackers. Flick side from McKenna, finds Wearing. Looking long, left-handed thrower. Centers across into the spider web. Over the top, Kira Webb puts it up, finds Wearing. Having a great game so far. Bronte Wearing sends it back, connects with Kira Webb. Across to McKenna. Looking very relaxed behind the disc, just looking for the perfect shot. And it goes up, it's in the end zone. Sees Smith, brings it down. Smith with another goal.
Smith, she's just so tall, such a big target.
She is, she's very fit. She's been working hard in the gym at Ludus Sports Performance here in Perth. Big ultimate gym. A lot of the ultimate players all go to this, all head down into the southern suburbs to go to Ludus. Wonderful coaches there. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Ludus Sports Performance. And Mariah Smith works hard.
You can see it paying off. Parks herself at the back of the end zone and scores herself a goal. WA up 6-5. Speaking of social media, though, this ACT team does have an Instagram account that I've been asked to give a little shout out to. ACT_Brindabellas, as they're affectionately known, the Brindabellas. It's a mountain range just next to Canberra, from where this team comes from. The Brindies.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
It is cute, yeah. I don't know what inspired that. I don't know if it was because they felt they were tough as rocks or tall as mountains or something like that, but...
Well, Cinderella, classic underdog story.
Cinderella the Brindabella.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's what I think.
Cinderella the classic underdog story. It is indeed. I mean, as long as none of these players lose a shoe, we should be all right. I haven't seen any princes wandering around, but...
No princes here.
Or maybe that's the point. Maybe they're like, we don't need no prince.
Yeah.
You know, we're strong, independent Brindabellas. We don't need no prince.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah, I like it.
And then, yeah, Cinderella ends up happily ever after in the end. So let's see if it'll be a happily ever after for the Brindabellas.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll get their fairy tale ending as Emerson in the middle of the field. It has to lose ground, but they keep the disc. Even limb, bit of bumpy, grindy on the mark. Emerson back to Sam Joyce. Backhand, Daisy Wang, 6 out of hand.
It's got to be 2 hands. Got to be 2 hands.
Got to be 2 hands.
Webb coming to the disc. Sees McKenna. Plenty of pivots there. Plenty of pivots over the top into the end zone. Looking for Smith. No goal. Was defended very well by ACT there. We've seen a lot of those long passes. They're quite high passes. What do you think is the advantage of throwing shots like that, Max?
Well, look, you're just going to roll the dice, and you might as well roll the dice as far down the field as you can if you put up a floaty one.
But those floaty ones have the opportunity to be defended, you know?
They certainly do.
It gives the defender more of an option to get under it and read it as well.
It's definitely the high-risk, high-reward strategy. I guess ideally you just hit your player in stride out in front. It's a fine line between putting enough touch and enough float on it so they can get there, but not too much to allow the defender to get there as well. We've had a foul call on the field, but it looks like it'll be retracted. Sue Francois does well. And she'll tap hands with Sam Joyce. Great spirit exhibited even in the final, even when the pressure's high.
Webb with the disc, puts it up in the air.
Looking for Smith. Schmidt's underneath it as well.
Another goal for Mariah Smith.
She's just unstoppable.
She's got about 3 this game already. One of my top players. I'll put her on the Steph Ma All-Star team.
Oh, the Steph Ma All-Star. Steph Star. It was a lovely throw. There's not really any separation when that throw went up, but just backing the height and the read of Mariah Smith. Schmidt was right next to her the whole time. Mariah Smith, 2 hands.
It's a great tactic. Throw it high to the tallest person in that area. Yeah. Right? Great tactic.
We talk about throwing to advantage, and usually when we say that, we're talking about throwing it out in front or to the shoulder or to the side that favours the offensive player. But when you've got a 4-inch advantage in height over someone, you just want to throw it up.
The advantage is in the sky.
That's right. The advantage is above your head. And that's exactly where that disc was delivered. So WA, 1 point away from half.
We've got Bree McCauley coming on to pull. I believe this is the first time we've seen her on the field this game. Bit of a slow warm-up for her. Just, you know, sorting out any injuries and day 3 legs. And we're going to come out with ACT on strike.
Osmond in the centre. Rosie Happ holds on.
Almost a D there. You've got to catch your Ds.
Just to see how close the margins are. WA working hard on defence this zone. A 3-2 or a 3-3-1 maybe.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of this defensive style from the Quackers, this team. And it seems to be really paying off. It kind of forces the handlers to make lots and lots of throws, and then that gives the opportunity for the turnovers to come. And one did just happen. O'Connor has the disc. Connects with Pierce. Pierce looking long. Little pass here. Connects with McCauley. Up in the air, finds the end zone, and hits Naz Tay. Tay with the goal. WA puts that lead out a little bit further in front. I'm very biased. I'm happy to see WA score.
WA, Naz takes it away. Takes half.
Takes half. So we're 8-5.
We are indeed. Start of this match, WA jumped out to a 5-2 lead, and then ACT pulled it all the way back to 5 apiece. And then WA got back on their horse and snag half 8-5. Players are going to have a drink. They're going to have a break and a little chat. We might take a break as well, but you guys don't go anywhere as we bring you the Australian Under-22 Ultimate Championships Women's Final from Perth, Western Australia. Steph Mars All-Stars.
Don't be like Finny. Respect the 3-metre line.
It's the best little thing ever.
It's here.
Half time, I'll do some X's. I'll package jets. So
There's a few fans on the far side now.
Yeah. A bit of a crowd going on. Actually, I'm just going to run over and see how
roll on the replay to save your ass. Ready? Replay. Yeah, you got time.
Welcome back. We're back after the halftime break at the Under-22s Championships. This is the gold medal match in the women's division. We've got the WA Quackers versus the ACT. What was the name of that? What was the affectionate?
Brindabellas.
The Brindabellas.
Yeah, and the Quackers currently running all over the Brindabellas, 8-5 up.
Yeah, they've been hopping about.
Certainly have.
We've seen some really great ultimate this game already. These two teams very evenly matched. We saw WA take half earlier. In this match, we've seen a lot of big shots over the top, some quite high passes over the top, put up by WA especially, and it kind of seems like ACT style is a little bit more shorter shots going under. We've seen a couple of bigger throws, but it's definitely not the main strategy.
No, they definitely play that more conservative style. Rachel Joyce leaves Sue Francois in the dust on that upline cart.
Oh,
Might have got an injury call or
I
a
think
foul call.
It's a foul.
Oh, there's a bit of bump on the way through. But
Joyce and Francois are having a little chat about it. Of course, the players, there are no umpires in Ultimate. The players are there to uphold the rules and integrity of the game and sort out any calls themselves. We are lucky enough to have the game advisors present on this field and on a couple of the other fields this weekend. And if a third-party opinion is needed, they'll seek the opinion of the game advisors.
they will. Just while they're having this chat, we saw a little bit at halftime, and you can see there on the screens in front of you a few players on the far sideline, spectators starting to build up, and a few of them, controversially, in wearing their ultimate outfits, but they're not actually playing in this tournament. Steph, we need a ya or a nah on ultimate Frisbee gear when you're not playing.
If you're playing Ultimate, wear your uniform. But if you're not playing, don't wear Frisbee clothes. It's a nah from me.
We've got it here, ladies and gentlemen. It's Steph Nah.
It's a Steph nah.
It's a Steph Nah on ultimate Frisbee wear when you're not playing. It's like the active wear, but not quite.
Oh, that's completely different.
And there's definitely a few suspect outfit choices here amongst the production team. So
They dress for comfort for sure.
oh, and that pass goes to turf.
Expecting too much of her teammate. Meg McKenna puts it up in the air. It's floaty as. Will it connect?
And Claire Young gets the best of that. Gets a good piece and knocks it away. Emerson will have another opportunity with the disc. Got a vertical stack. WA playing some match defense now. See whether that gives ACT a little bit more space to play their style of ultimate.
Yeah, I wonder why they've decided to play match defense instead of the zone that we've seen so much of this game already. It seemed like it was working very well and caused a lot of turnovers amongst the ACT
Certainly
throwers.
was, I thought. Very effective, but of course, it's often a good strategy to keep the offense guessing, not allow them to get used to what you're doing. Big forehand from Emerson. That's a monster. Rachel Joyce snags that one.
Francois was in the area, couldn't get an arm up to it though.
Gee whiz, where's Laura Emerson been hiding that one? I didn't know she had that shot. More than half the field, forehand down the line. Hits her player perfectly.
Good shot.
Lovely throw to get things started for ACT. Maybe taking a little leaf out of the WA book with the aggressive option choice. But Rachel Joyce does really well. One-handed.
I reckon if Francois jumped for it, she would have did that.
Yeah, Francois was right there, right on her hip. ACT bring it back to 2.
Close game. Close game. WA's still out in front.
Hometown favourites. Do you reckon having the home ground advantage makes a difference?
It definitely does, but ultimate competitions and training are never held at this particular field. The locals have never been to this field. We're kind of in the northern suburbs, the northeast suburbs of Perth, and usually at McGillivray Fields, which is where the Under-24s championships were held, kind of more in the western area of Perth. So the Hometown does have a massive advantage if you're familiar with the fields.
Sure, but not the case here, you're saying?
Not the case. No, not the case. On the other hand, though, the locals didn't have to fly, not battling jet lag, get to sleep in your own bed,
Makes such a difference.
get to drive your own car. Yeah, those luxuries at a tournament.
I know that a lot of this ACT team been staying in the local Bayswater Hotel. Beautiful establishment.
Very old. The
Very old.
Bayswater-
They had their 100-year anniversary recently. I saw a poster up for that.
Oh wow! Do
Yeah.
they pour a good beer at the Bayswater Hotel?
I wouldn't know. I don't. I never drink, Steph. Actually,
Never.
I've never partaken in the devil's liquid. It does terrible things to the mind and body and soul.
Always serious.
That's
always
right.
Serious.
No, yeah, I've never. I don't have fun.
We saw some quick movement there from the WA offense. Wearing with the disc, sends it back to McKenna, finds Pierce. Back to Wearing, very close to the end zone, comes across.
Oh, and
looking
Thea
to
Osmond
couldn't
jumps forward.
connect.
Almost looked like she was baiting that one a touch.
I think so.
Yeah, it looked like she was waiting
yeah.
for it. Oh, and the backhand just out in front of Hap.
WA gets another go at it. Wearing's looking long, looking to the end zone, sends it to Webb. Over the top, we've seen a few shots like this already, into the end zone. Defended, or I don't know if it was defended. I think it might have just been a misread by WA.
Pierce, definitely the taller of the players there.
Yes.
And ACT give it straight back.
Have another go, WA. Kira puts it out, connects with
Oh,
Bronte Wearing.
what a grab.
Very nice. Has to get Grassy for it.
Gets grassy, stay classy, WA. Nice grab, two-handed clap catch, the pancake out in front. That's the kind of stuff you expect from the final at the Australian Under-22 Ultimate Championships. The best of the best
Last one.
of the youth.
Last one. There's 3. Got it.
Wow, we've seen some awesome ultimates so far. What a goal.
Great goal. Put it out in front, trusted her
Yeah.
receiver to go get it.
Yeah. Seen Kira Webb behind the disc a lot this game. We've seen a lot of disc time. Here's the replay going out.
Oh, that's a beautiful take.
Put that on the highlights. That catch from Wearing. Learned a lot of ultimate skills at the University of WA.
Last one was pretty good, man. You could do the same.
The local powerhouse, UWA.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of skills and development. A lot of players, maybe about half the team, have been playing ultimate at the Uni of WA.
ACT get another chance on offense. Emerson and Lim to Gonzalez. She injects herself. Gonzalez, another one of those under-20s Australian players on this team.
Right.
Emerson playing a lot of points. She seems to be crossing over between the lines quite often. And she launches the backhand. She's got Halford Smith, but a big height disadvantage. And Mariah Smith comes down for it.
Mariah Smith gets it. We've got Becca down, sending a flick. Couldn't connect with Nikki Ma. And we've got the zone sort of defense style. Maybe it's more of a poach. I think it's a poach defense style from WA. We saw them play a match style defense in the previous point, but they've gone back to what was working earlier in the game. Play what you know.
Oh, and Emerson throws the big flick again. Probably not the best option when Mariah Smith's in the region. She's just so big.
Yeah.
Oh, but even Lim.
Turn.
Centers to Emerson. Cross to French, gets it straight back. Nice movement. Oh, nice little forehand to keep things moving. McGrath to Gonzalez. Gonza, she's affectionately known. Without a doubt, one of the shortest players going around. Forehand out in front, even Lim's there, as is Mariah Smith, but too far out the sideline.
Too much sauce. Emerson.
Too much sauce.
We've got O'Day bringing the disc in from the sideline. Looking downfield immediately. She wants a big throw, Meg McKenna with the disc, sends it to Downs, over the top, misses Ma. Brought down. Another turn. Now the point seems to have been going on for about 5 minutes. The legs start to get tired. If you've done a sprint, done another sprint, done a sprint, done another one, sometimes the skills start to break down when you feel the fatigue.
Oh, they do. But Gonzalez still has plenty in the tank, clearly. She's running around, keeping things moving. Gonzalez, always a fun player to watch. Just has a great attitude and style about her. Works hard, positive attitude. Kat Fredge, across to Lim. Lim goes to turf, can't hold on.
O'Day with the disc straight away, looking downfield, no one's there. Ma streams deep, not coming though. Up in the air. That was kind of out to no one.
Yeah, I would have liked the other shot. First to Ma, she had some meters and she's quick.
Had the skates on.
Oh, but Emerson yanks it back the other way, looking for Lim.
And Mariah's in the area again. Mariah Smith eating it up. She has got 3 Ds off Emerson's throws.
I mean, I like the adjustment ACT's making, looking to take the deep shots, but I think you need to be smart about it. When Mariah Smith's in the region, it just isn't a good option. It's just never going to work for you.
I think those 100% options need to be taken instead of the 70%. Oh, maybe this will work.
Oh, and that looks like it came out of the hand, funny. Yeah, she wipes her fingers on her shirt, maybe a little greasy.
I think Macaulay's been battling a bit of an injury. We see her knee taped up.
Oh, and a great grab from even Lim. Keeps the disc in possession alive.
Very nice.
Oh, and Nicole Ma almost gets a sniff on that one. Gonzalez looks for McGrath at the run-through block.
You mentioned earlier that Emerson won the MVP. Do you think we'll see that again Do you think we'll see that again?
There's lots of strong candidates out there. Mariah Smith, of course, a big one.
We've got Downs puts it out. Macaulay grabs it for another goal for Western Australia.
Macaulay, another great player, possibly in that conversation. There's a few of them in this game alone that, have a reasonable chance of coming away with that prize.
That's a break for WA. It's 10-6. Widening the gap a little bit more. Are WA going to take the medal?
They're certainly in the best position to do so. And as you say, I think they'd need an MVP quality performance from Emerson to turn it around ACT right now. And she's obviously one of the leaders on this team, leading by example, very skilled player.
We've seen her play a couple of points in a row. It looks like she's going to have one off this next point, though.
Yeah, maybe not quite having the tournament that she had 12 months ago, where totally dominated. Maybe a function of a lot of other players coming up and challenging as well.
You know what? We might see Mariah Smith with the MVP.
We certainly might. She's been doing so much for them in the deep space and behind the disc.
Yeah.
Really versatile.
I'm a big fan.
And we're now 10-5. ACT, plenty of work to do. 10-6, that is. Thea Osmond will pick it up. Set of fresh legs out there for ACT, which I think makes sense. Sam Joyce comes across the field, Hap above her head. Holds on well. To Jones. Oh, big fake backhand.
She was looking deep. Looked like the defender was in the way, though.
Cassie Plunkett holds on to that one. She goes down the line. She's got Jones. Jones over her head. Second effort. Snags one back. Jones has had a great game. I think that's the second one where she's bobbled and recalled a goal.
How would you be?
How would you be?
How would you be?
Pretty excellently right now. ACT still got plenty of work to do at 10-7, but it's heading in the right direction. For them, at least. I mean, WA's got to be happy with that.
I think that was off Wearing's hands.
I think it was. Wearing,
wow. Quick reflexes by the ACT player. Who was that again?
Chantel Jones. I think it's the second time that's happened this game. She's a big target for them.
Yeah.
Nice and tall. Has a great read on it and uses her body really well to get in front. She does there. Obviously, credit to Wearing.
Has she been playing for a long time?
couple years at least.
Developing those skills and getting those quick reaction times, I think.
Yeah, she's a product of University of Canberra, UC.
UC.
And has played with a couple of teams around Canberra as well.
I see some good things.
You see some good things, I see some good things. We all see some good things. And Rachel Joyce will hopefully see a few more good things for her team this point. Emerson's back on the field. Maureen Schmidt will provide the height for the women, as will Dana Warnock, chasing hard. Great to see early in the game. Early in the point, I should say.
We've got WA on strike. Webb puts it up in the air. Sees Smith. Defended very nicely.
Maureen Schmidt does what she does best, gets blocks. She's a block producer, a block generator. And Joyce and McGrath working it up through the middle, as they always do.
We've got Macaulay defending in the middle there, doing lots of star jumps.
Working very hard on the mark.
And Serena Ho also doing some star jumps. That's an interesting defensive strategy.
Halford Smith leaves her feet right in front of the camera. She knew the camera was there. Nice bid.
Got to do it when you're close to the camera.
Get another squeeze at that one, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa!
Great effort.
Great effort. Doesn't quite get there. It was a long way out in front.
Up in the air, put up by O'Connor. Smith has the disc.
Well, the wind's picking up.
McDonald's in the area.
Oh, and another great effort from her. She's had some great grabs this game. Can't make that one.
She
but
kind of jumps and twists and lands on her side. You know, got to be careful to avoid those injuries.
yeah, it's an unusual layout technique.
It is. It's big throw.
And Emerson drops that. Maybe a little worried about where the sideline was. Thinking about trying to keep her feet in.
We got the spider, Kira Webb, picking up the disc.
Why is she called the Spider?
Because her surname is Webb.
Oh, no, that would make sense.
We've got O'Connor sending a backhand into the middle of the field. Finds Smith, looking into the end zone, now looking behind. Gives it to Macaulay. Macaulay looking very calm, gives a flick side to O'Connor. Back to Macaulay. Back to Pink Socks O'Connor. Sends it back. It's high. Will it be defended? We've got Kira Webb under the disc.
Geez, Brie McCauley's having a great game, isn't she?
Yeah, she came in late. We didn't see her for the first 5 points of the game. She was sorting out, I believe she was sorting out her knee injury and just making sure she was 100% ready to play.
Geez, you can see, even with maybe not quite at 100% with her body, still having a great impact.
Really putting in a lot of effort. Really a lot of effort. A great player once told me, effort is only between you and you. And we're seeing a lot of effort.
Wise words.
That one was by Paige O, big ultimate player.
Ah, Paige O, old school.
Old school. Macaulay with the disc, gives it back to Webb. Flick side over to O'Connor, eats it up.
Oh, thought about it.
Sell me a house, Gabby. I bought it. Back to Webb. Looking always calm.
Oh, and Sam Joyce gets the block, but Sue Francois cleans up.
Ready for it. It's over the top. A little bit asking too much of Mariah Smith. We see Emerson eating it up.
And
wow.
The pass to Maureen Schmidt, just behind the target.
Tensions are high. We're very close to the WA scoring end zone. ACT putting out a zone sort of style defense. O'Connor's got the disc on the far sideline. Gives it to Eliza McDonald for the goal.
Another one and the punch spike.
Punch spike.
I like it. I told you there'd be some good celebrations, and that's another. Stoked with that one.
Wowee.
WA.
Runs away with it. We are 11-7.
What's interesting there is we've seen so much of WA taking the early long shot.
Yeah.
But they showed their ability to not do that there. They dump and swung it, waited till something nice opened up, and then punched it into McDonald, who's been a big-time cutter for them.
Yeah.
Providing a lot of opportunities downfield.
How many goals? I think she's at least been involved in 3 goals.
I think so.
Yeah.
Racking up the stats late in the tournament.
Yeah, chalk it up. Chalk it up. Perhaps another contender for the MVP. I don't know.
Certainly has to be in that conversation. There's
Yeah.
been a lot of players burst onto the scene this tournament. That's why I love under-22s. So many players that maybe aren't household names
Yeah.
yet, but certainly will be in the future. and they're just having great tournaments.
Yeah, at the open age group, nationals and mixed nationals, you kind of see players, some of them have been playing for 6 years, 10 years, and so the viewers are a little bit more familiar, and the opposition is familiar with those playing styles. You know, this player's a big name, I know how to defend it, I know what they're going to do. But the under-22s, they, unless we've seen them on the world stage in the Terra Thunder or at 24s or some other international tournament, we might not know too much about them.
That's right, and that's why it's so exciting. For me, Eliza McDonald and Bree McCauley just having great games already.
Yeah.
New prospects, I'd never seen them until this weekend, and they're doing great things.
Caitlin O'Day's got the disc. Puts it out. Nikki Mars in the area.
Oh!
Can't hang on.
2 efforts, 1 hand, 1 bounce afterwards, but it's on the turf. Osmond.
This ain't backyard cricket rules. 1 hand, 1 bounce, won't count it.
Won't count. Osmond with the disc. Looks at Wang. Not a lot of action happening around. Has to push something out. Finds Lim, who drops it.
Caitlin O'Day's got the disc. Puts it out. No connection there.
And ACT get another chance.
Just got to see those players really take a breath. We can see the frustration showing with those turnovers. We've got to see the players take a breath, enjoy the time, play confidently, do those 100% options that they've been practicing all season.
This zone tightens up.
Love that throw.
Nice looking throw, but it was straight to the wrong team. Straight to a yellow shirt.
Naz Tay with the disc. Over the top.
Oh, nice hands.
With O'Day to Becca Downs with the goal.
And the
mini spike.
And the mini spike as well. WA, couple of quick ones. ACT on the back foot. And they've called the timeout. They've called the timeout, and we'll take that opportunity to go to a bit of analysis from a member of the LTTV family, Felix Shardlow.
Yeah, the first thing I want to talk about is the zone being played by WA. You can see them tagging off the handlers here, forcing the players to pass it around at the back. Okay, and then they look for an over the top, get around to the edge. Okay, something I want you to notice here is that the deeps are marking quite tight. Okay, you see this player over here is staying close to her person. Okay, and over on this side as well, the distances are very small, okay, between the deeps and the defenders, right? And that's a recurring theme in this zone. Okay, you see they close up nice and tight. The handlers, on the other hand, the handler marks are sagging off. You can see there's a lot of separation, for example, right here, okay, between this defender and their mark. This is a deliberate move by the WA defense to force more throws around the back and to stop long throws being a threat as the deep players are tightly marked. Here's another example of the zone and how it's working for WA. ACT again opt for a cross-field longer throw. You can see it coming now. Gets caught in lots of space. Okay. Big fake to get the defenders moving. Now at this point I feel that this player, after they release the disc, there's a lot of space in front of them, okay, right here, which they should be attacking, okay, and looking to receive a pass back. Somewhere around here, even further downfield. But instead, unfortunately, the person that catches the disc there turns their back, so they're not able to hit that throw. And there's another defender coming in that might have made it hard anyway. ACT here touch on one of the ways that they might be able to beat this zone. They have a player coming under from deep on this far side, receives the crossfield slightly longer throw, and this leaves a space in the deep defense. Okay, so these defenders over here are playing more poachy, and it means that they're not quite so switched on when a player then makes their cut into the deep area, which has been vacated because this defender had to follow to have a bid on that disc. Okay, so unfortunately she goes for the sidearm and throws it behind the player. If she was able to throw over the top over here, then that would have been an easy goal in this corner of the end zone. As it is.
Very much, Felix Shardlow, for your support. It's great to hear someone else's perspective on what's going on in the game, and especially someone with as much experience, knowledge and insight into the sport as Felix Shardlow. He does a lot of interesting coaching, prophet of Hex Ultimate, but Laura Emerson doesn't want to waste time with Hex. She wants to go express to the end zone, but there's a turnover. WA will get another look.
I think we're going to see a vertical stack style offense from WA, which is kind of unusual. We haven't seen a lot of that. We've got Meg McKenna picking up the disc. A returner from last year's under-22s championships, but she was on the mixed team now this year playing women's.
WA's got 4 teams of this tournament, men's, women's, and 2 mixed teams, which is super cool to see.
Yeah, really, it's really great to have 2 mixed teams, which allows another 20 athletes to develop and play and have the coaching and have the opportunity to play big competition.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think these players are having a lot of fun. I think that they're really enjoying the weekend. Great block by Macaulay.
Told you she's one to watch offensively and defensively.
Yeah, maybe I'll put her on my all-star team.
Steph Smiles, All-Stars, taking applications now if you're interested. Worth getting in touch.
I don't know if I can put all West Australian players on my all-star team.
A bit of competition for the spots.
Up
Big
in the
backhand.
air.
Oh, that is a lovely throw.
McKenna
Ooh.
put it up just a little bit too far in front for O'Connor.
Emerson runs to it, doesn't want to waste time. Marine Schmidt's got a bit of space deep, and the throw comes.
Up in the air.
Schmidt's underneath it. That's the look they want. That's the receiver they want, and that's the thrower they want. Dumps immediately to Gonzalez.
Heaps of space here.
Forehands to Joyce across the field. Jones long. The throw goes up. Jones underneath it, has the best position. Oh, triple attempt.
Juggles it.
Third time lucky.
But gets the score in the end.
I don't actually think Chantel Jones has caught a goal cleanly this game.
Wow, join the circus. What a great juggle.
But she does juggle that one, as you say. And that's 12-8. ACT stay in touch. When they go downwind, they're starting to take advantage of that long throw. The wind is left to right for those at home.
It seems like it is picking up slowly, the wind as it
It's not too much,
as it moves across. Yeah, just a little bit of a breeze.
but enough to make a difference.
Yeah, WA is going to come out on offense with the wind behind them, which I think is a massive advantage, especially when you've got Kira Webb looking to put up those bigger throws, and the wind's going to carry it.
Oh, look, she's got a missile launcher attached to her right arm, that's for sure.
I don't think we have we don't have Kira Webb on this line. So you know what?
Who will they look to for their long throws from this group?
We're going to see, I'm calling that we're going to see O'Day to Smith in the end zone. That's what I reckon. That's what I would do.
It's a reliable connection. Smith,
Yeah.
such a good deep receiver.
And Caitlin O'Day's been playing really well. She's had a lot of really great throws this tournament, and especially we've been seeing it in this game. We've got Becca Downs with the disc. Looking into the middle, finds Smith.
Bounces off her chest.
Yeah.
Plenty of zing on that throw.
Yeah, too much sauce.
Claire Young and Dana Warnock head to the back corners. ACT feel like they like to go deep quickly.
Over the top.
Osmond tries to sneak one to Wang.
Downs. Can't connect.
Short field turn. This is a great position for ACT to be in.
Are they about to get another goal? Get a break?
I certainly hope so. They certainly hope so. Smith. Joyce and Osmond now at the back. French supporting going up line. The WA zone stifling ACT. So few options. Finds the gap through the centre, does Osmond. Great throw. Warnock can't hold on.
Nice. We've got Becca Downs again picking up the disc. Looking to the middle. Sees McDonald. Finds O'Day to Serena Ho. Back to O'Day. Looking to the end zone. Close. We can't get a connection with Francois.
Too far out in front for her to reel back in.
Too far for Francois.
ACT will have to take it the full length of the field though. It's a tough spot to be in as the breeze picks up just a touch.
So we can see a few of the ACT players sitting quite deep, possibly ready for that massive throw that we've seen a few of already.
But that does ask a lot of the throwers.
Now that's Osmond, isn't it, with the disc?
It is, and she's a hell of a thrower. But even so, that gets tipped and almost regathered by Daisy Wang, but it's out the side.
Great effort, A for effort. Got Caitlin O'Day picking up the disc. She's got a few fans in the crowd here today. Becca Downs shoots it. It's up in the air. Will Francois hang on to it? Not quite.
Claire, you almost gave her a second opportunity with that block, but also one of the fastest players out there able to recover, make it difficult for Francois.
I think that Francois is great getting a block. I was talking about her right then, and there she is,
Redemption.
getting a block.
Oh, and
Close.
Dana Warnock with the run through. And Lim just jacks the backhand to absolutely nothing.
Mariah's going to eat it up. Yeah, Mariah Smith was there. No ACT players. Going to see Becca Downs come and pick up the disc.
Clearly feeling like Huck and D is the way to go as the wind picks up and the stakes get high.
Up in the air, there it is. Sees Mariah Smith. Very safe hands on that catch. Love a clap catch. That's how you're gonna make sure there's gonna be no bobbles.
Oh, and Thea Osmond. Often overlooked in terms when you're thinking about fast players out there, but she is deceptively quick.
Is she?
Gets across for that one nicely.
You think she's been working hard at the track?
Oh, certainly. I know she's out on the track doing sprints a couple of times a week at least, and it's paying off.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Zone clamps down. She doesn't have a lot. The hooter goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we finish this point. We'll add one and we'll play to that. That's time cap.
We've seen a few turnovers already this point. We've got to make those connections. Got to make those connections. Just really get a strong hand on the disc.
The strengthening wind.
Downs. Can't connect with Smith. We had a really good defender in there. That was number 29, Lim. With the defense.
And now ACT.
Oh, nice one, O'Day.
Immediately quick turnover back. So Sam Joyce gets another chance.
Should have taken an extra second there, I think.
Little rushed.
Yeah.
Back to Osmond. Calming influence. Puts it out in front of Sam Joyce, but it's a turnover as Francois gets involved.
I feel like Sue Francois really puts her feet in the right place. I think she's got really good awareness. She's been a gymnast for many, many years, so she's very strong, got very strong muscles. But yeah, I think that's what one of her main playing advantages is. We saw it in that point where she just got the D. She was able to read the disc and get her body in the right place at the right time.
Very athletic as well, able to reposition quickly when she needs to. Change direction.
Yeah.
ACT.
She has had a few problems with the with injuries this weekend. Missed one of yesterday's games due to injury and soreness. I think it's that knee.
That left knee with the tape on it.
We see the brace there, and yeah, it's given her trouble.
Still moving well out there though, getting open.
Yeah, had a good cut. I think we've got. Was that 10?
Oh, and WA sneak one in.
Just easy peasy little shot. I love to see the big massive ones, but you know what? Take them where you can get them. If the little easy undershots there, put that on.
So here we go. It is game to 14.
Game to 14. So this, we're going to see ACT come out on offense. If they score, then it's not the end of the game. But if WA manages to get a D and score, then that will be the end of the game.
And that will be the gold medal. This is it. This is do or die time for ACT.
All these women have been working so hard for the season and also for this tournament. Really a lot of legs, a lot of running, a lot of skills development, and they want the gold. They want to take the gold home to Canberra. The WA Quokka girls, they want to keep it here.
They do indeed. ACT want to back up last year's silver and go one better. And they've put out their power 7 on the field to make it happen on offense.
Emerson's on the field.
As is Gonzalez, Schmidt, McGrath, Nothard, Joyce, and Happ.
Pulls up.
And it'll be Emerson to pick up. Who else but the captain?
She's going to jack it, I reckon.
Gonzalez heads deep, as does McGrath. Happ comes underneath. It's the WA zone, as always. It's been working so well for them.
That'd be Coach Shani Webb putting that strategy in, I think.
Forehand through the centre, finds Gonzalez. Push pass. Surely, do or die moment. Match point in a final of a competition is not the time for a push pass.
No.
May have just pushed the game away.
We've got Macaulay looking to O'Connor. Very safe hands with O'Connor. She's a very quiet player. Got the loud socks on, but her personality, very quiet. Ma.
Nikki Ma, I thought she might have been able to toe that one in and keep it alive.
It was a bit too far off, I think. So we're going to see ACT try to punch it in.
Emerson again. Joyce behind in the dump. Hap here for the swing. Emerson only got eyes downfield, now centres. Joyce, through the centre. Gonzalez sits back and Smith runs through. That's a lesson if you've ever had to see one.
Yeah, she says, thank you very much. I'm going to have that. We've got Pink Socks O'Connor with the disc. Up in the air. Finds Wearing on the far sideline. Up in the air. Nikki Ma grabs it. Over to Macaulay. There's a stoppage though, so.
Foul call. Not sure where the call was.
No, we'll have to, going back.
I think it's a play on regardless if there's a throw and then it's completed.
All of these players, of course, completed their advanced accreditation before attending the tournament.
Apparently so. I'd love to see the game advisors just say a quick word here. I think they're laughing. They know the situation, how it should be. The play on should have stood. But the disc will come back, and of course it's up to the players on the field. The disc will come back and say with WA. ACT probably happy with that outcome.
I reckon they need to have a rules party to learn those rules. It's up in the air. Smith's in the area. Gets low and can't connect.
I was about to say who else to do it for them, but Mariah Smith. Maureen Schmitz heading to the end zone. McGrath can't hold on, and it's a short field turn. WA look to be quick.
They're knocking on the door. Is this going to be the end of the game? We've got Macaulay in the area. She's right on the front of the end zone line. We see Nikki Ma cutting.
Oh, and through the hands.
Through the hands.
Schmidt and Gonzalez head to the end zone. Emerson runs to the disc.
We've got a few players in the deep area.
And zings it. Gonzalez tracking it down. Can she get there? She turned back under, misread. If she'd kept running, maybe that would have worked.
So WA's now got to work it all the way up the field to score. Are we going to see the end of the game here? Meg McKenna picking up the disc. Wearing's in the area. Wearing's cut under. Far sideline. The lefty. It was Martin Macaulay. Over into the end zone. It's a big ask for him, Smith. Too much sauce.
Too much juice late in the game. Maybe that's the excitement. She could sense the gold medal.
She can taste it. Macaulay wants it, and she was just really looking to finish the game. Maybe just too keen.
Emerson again. WA in their zone.
We've seen the sun come out. It's a little bit warmer now. It was mostly a cloudy day, but the sun's out. Up in the air now.
Oh, that's a nice looking throw from Emerson. That's the kind of deep shot they need. To Schmidt out in front of Smith where she can't get herself involved. Nothard will dump back to Hap. They're about midfield now. 15 yards to go as Nothard gets it back. Schmidt provides the under, but the pass doesn't come. Back to Emerson. Back to the safe hands. Back to the leadership. Joyce. Centers to Emerson. The pace slows. But then the shot comes. That's a bit of a stretch.
She's not on your team.
She's not. Wrong coloured shirt.
Up in the air. Macaulay, great catch.
Oh, Bree Macaulay, stop it. And Nikki Ma goes to turf. Nice layout form. Bam!
Up in the air.
Goes Laura Emerson.
Do you reckon that was a frustration shot, or do you think it was a timely huck?
I think ACT are being very deliberate now in that they just want to huck it. They do not want short field turns.
Yeah.
They're saying we're willing to risk the turnover as long as it's down the other end. Make WA take it as many metres into the wind as possible. Flick pops up. Players will gather underneath this. Macaulay gets a look, but Nikki Ma cleans up.
Wowee, Nikki Ma with the disc, looking to Macaulay on the close sideline. O'Connor, there she is. The power comes from the pink socks on that throw. We're right near the front of the end zone line with McKenna with the disc. Way out, space everywhere. Almost connects with Smith, but not quite. We've got to get those connections happening if we want to finish the game quickly.
Feel like they're maybe just seeing Mariah Smith, knowing she's a great receiver, and getting a little fixated, not recognizing that even if it is a great receiver, it's not always the best option. Emerson, express again, not hard underneath it. No one's running now. Everyone's tired. You can sense the fatigue.
Wow, it is a really tough part of the game. Smith passes to McCauley, one-handed grab. A bit too low there, and some defenders in the area.
Hap gets a good block.
Are we seeing an injury? I don't think so. I think everyone's all right.
No, they're just high-fiving.
Good-o, good-o.
Clean block by Hap. Does well. Emerson, what's the bet? She jacks it straight away.
Yep, she's going to...
Oh, sells Nikki Morehouse. And goes the backhand to not hard instead. Schmidt's underneath it.
O'Connor says, mine, thank you very much. Over to Smith. It looks like, don't put Smith in as a handler position. You need her as a receiver. Wearing's up there. It goes up. Not quite. A little bit too, just slams down and Wearing can't connect. So we've got Emerson with the disc. Is she going to huck it again? I reckon.
Yeah, no, goes to Joyce. Gets the others involved. Joyce, very capable of sending it as well. Got a big arm on her when she needs it.
Do it.
I think she heard you. That's a nice looking forehand out of the hand, but too much juice.
Too much juice.
Now ACT, their game plan is clearly get it down this end and try and generate the short field turn.
Some coaches would instruct their players to call a timeout at this crucial stage of the game because, you know, they've been running around for 4 minutes now, 5 minutes, and, you know...
Certainly a long point, maybe really. Even more than that.
10?
And that's exactly what ACT's plan was aiming to produce. Turnover about 8 meters outside the end zone gives Emerson and Joyce a chance to control things.
It's going to go to Joyce.
She makes good meters up that far side. Forehand into Hap. ACT put another on the board and they keep this game alive. 13-9.
13-9. The WA Quackers had a few sniffs at it. They were right in the end zone.
Some real good sniffs. Almost could have tasted it there a couple of times, Mariah Smith in particular.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the throwers were asking a little bit too much of her, really putting some bladey stuff out there. Too much. We just need those. The way to win matches is the 100% shots, you know, like not the floaty stuff. We want to see the 100% throws. The things that these athletes have been working on all season.
We'll see whether ACT's Huck and D strategy is as effective going upwind now. They may not have the range on those throws that they just had, and WA's offensive life will be a whole lot easier, I imagine.
We've got some fans here.
Cute little pupper on screen. Love a cute little puppy. There's another dog or two in the stands as well behind us.
Yeah, it's a dog day afternoon.
Dog day morning, in fact. If you are joining us on the East Coast, though, it's afternoon for you.
Oh, right, yeah. There are some, I've been on the, I've been getting some messages from some East Coast fans this morning.
Great to hear that they've tuned in.
Yeah.
Thank you for your company.
Often when there's Nationals matches on in the East Coast and we're in Western Australia, they're on too early. Got to watch the delayed telecast because we're all asleep. Up in the air, Wearing puts it out. Easy shot for Smith. Yeah, she grabs it. Walks it back onto the field. Smith with the disc. Looking to the end zone. Turfs.
She was looking for Francois, but the throw just into the ground. Osmond will pick up. Now Osmond looks to Joyce. She'll shoot the forehand. Even limb underneath it. Has Chantel Jones, and she'll take the option. Jones is in pursuit. Will she get off her feet? Yes, she will, and she holds it! What a grab! Is that a goal? No, it's not. Warnock's there, as is Lim, as is Halford Smith, and that's a goal!
Wow!
Great bid from Chantel Jones.
Yeah, well done.
And ACT break back. Things are starting to spice up.
They've got to get another 4 to win the game. And we're already in the overtime. The whistle has gone. but as the rules of ultimate stand, it's got to be add 1 to the highest scoring team. So we're now 13-10, still with WA out in front. We're going to have WA come out on strike on offense. If they can hang on to it, have no turnovers, score this one, it will be the end of the match.
It will be. It's game to 14. It is match point for WA, and it's ACT. They're named after a mountain range, and they've got to climb one now. It's going to feel like that. They've got a big mountain of points to make up. They're deep in the valleys of the Brindabellas. They'll have to reach the peak. WA, on the other hand, on the doorstep.
They are. Who's going to come away with the gold? I thought West Australia was looking very confident earlier when we saw it was 13-8. But now the ACT has really clawed it back.
They've just got a couple in a row.
Yeah.
Just shifted the momentum slightly. Obviously still lots and lots of ultimate to come. Nice pull from Laura Emerson.
She's doing a lot for this team.
She is, as you'd expect from a captain and a returning MVP.
We've got Downs with the disc going flick side. Looking for Nikki, another unsuccessful layout.
She needs to have a chat to McDonald and show her how to lay out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
textbook stuff. Lovely. Emerson on that far side. She'll pick up Sam Joyce in the center of the field. Big forehand.
Ah, again. Sell it. Well done, Emerson.
Schmidt underneath it. Oh, almost had the one-handed snag.
Pink Socks O'Connor takes that D.
Oh, we haven't asked the question. Steph Yar, Steph Nah, Pink Socks.
Ooh, I reckon Steph Yar.
Steph Yar.
Because Gabby O'Connor can do no wrong.
Steph, hurrah. Sam Joyce goes long with Schmidt underneath it. Can she tow it in? That's a great grab, but were her feet on white paint? The initial reaction by the West Australian defender was goal, but we've got some sideline perspective saying other ways. We'll have a look.
Oh, that looked clean to us.
On the replay, that's actually very impressive. She was on the line, then seemed to step back into the field and then catch the disc. Love to get another gaze at that one.
Of course, on the line is out.
Is out.
But, yeah, I think the player here, she had a...
I think she
feet.
steps on the line there and then steps back in
Yeah.
and then catches.
With that left foot. Good field awareness. It's close.
This is the angle that shows it. Right, left. Oh, did she catch before her left foot had got back in the field? I think she may have. Very, very close in real time.
Only about an inch to the sideline.
But the advisor was right there, and the agreement is that it's a goal. So from 13-8 to 13-11, ACT making a late charge at the title. There's an under-22 national championship on the line. WA were in prime position to take it.
Yeah, I'm a big WA fan, and I was feeling so confident about that gold medal staying in West Australia. But, you know what? The Canberra offense has just been doing so well.
Yeah, they're looking to clutch victory from the jaws of defeat. Rachel Joyce with that pull. That is a brilliant pull upwind. We've seen a lot of players struggle with that direction on their pulls.
Kira Webb sends it to McKenna and to Pink Socks O'Connor. Flick side to Wearing. She's the left-handed thrower.
So useful to have a lefty.
Yeah, certainly. I think so.
Especially in windy conditions. Gonzalez almost gets the block, but Wearing holds on.
Uses that left hand to hang on to it. Up in the air, connects with Nikki Ma. Looking to Wearing. Too much. Not. Wearing was going fast past her there.
And that could have been the game.
Wow.
Maybe just rushed it a touch.
WA's got to really hustle for defense if they want this medal.
Osmond and Joyce at the back. Thinking about the long shot.
Up in the air.
Puts it across, looking for Nothard. Two hands. Gonzalez goes to turf, almost saves it, but can't get there.
O'Connor picks up. Looking deep, up in the air.
Oh, big bit from Rachel Joyce, but Nikki Ma.
Nikki Ma to Wearing, that's the end of the game. We've just finished the gold medal match and WA has taken it. Ma to Wearing for that final score. WA wins over ACT 14-11.
And what a dogfight right at the end. ACT went on a bit of a run, to make that scoreline more respectable, and you could feel the nerves start to tick up for the West Australians. It looked so comfortable early on, and ACT really made a game of it late, but the class and the quality of WA too much.
Yeah, we saw a lot of massive shots, and then I think the coaches must have had a bit of a chat to the players and said, you got to reel it in, have those smaller ones. And we saw a lot of different playing styles, some zone D, some match D, and some all-round quality women's ultimate.
Oh, it was excellent stuff. Nothing else you would expect from the final at the Australian Under-22 Championships. And just so many players that in years to come are going to be dominating the national scene. Very exciting to see. That's that one all wrapped up and in the books. But don't go anywhere. We've got the men's final coming up after this, and then the mixed final to round out the day and to round out the competition. So plenty of great ultimate to come. My name's been Max Stenstrom. I've been joined by Steph Ma. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for tuning in. See you later.
TV.